Namaste friends, I'm Madhu Gajala and I'm currently living in Germany. I'm an artist by profession and I did my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Hyderabad JNTU in India, and I'm specialized in advertising and publicity, and I'm here in front of you to share about my journey into meditation and how meditation had brought so much of life into my life. And my journey into meditation had started in the year of 2009, where I had a complete U-turn in my life, and where I was stuck and where I was finding answers from everywhere, but nobody could answer my questions. And thanks to my in-laws that they came and they said that if you meditate, all will be well. I was not believing in meditation back then, thinking that meditation is for the old people or for the monks in the Himalayas. I was having all these notions in my head. But then when I practiced meditation, because I was in very deep depression, because in 2009 I had a miscarriage. With that depression, I had to do meditation. There was no other choice. So they came to Egypt. We were living in Egypt. My in-laws came to Egypt and they said, you meditate and everything will be fine. And I meditated for a week. I said, in this 1 week, if I can find any difference in my life through meditation, I will continue for the rest of my life. And if I don't find any result, it just stays an experience, I thought. So then I meditated for a week. Every day I used to sit for 6 hours. Some nights I used to sit whole night. I sit and meditate. And within a week's time, the depression that was eating me or killing me had stopped, and it just disappeared. It just vanished. And I started seeing real beauty and real happiness that is residing in me. And where I was before, I was tagging my happiness. If my husband comes home, I'm happy. If I have a baby, I'm happy. Or if I have this, I'll be happy. All these things I'm tagging with happiness. So all these tags have disappeared, and I found this inner happiness. And then from there is no looking back. After that 1 week of practice, I decided, let me tell you friends, that my life before meditation is I'm always a shy girl. I'm scared to speak in front of people, and thanks to meditation, because without meditation I wouldn't have come in front of you and I would have not spoken like this. So it gave me so much confidence, it gave me so much of comfort that yes, why to fear? We are here to share whatever we know, whatever we are experiencing. And that 1 week of experience made me realize that I'm not here to just sit and meditate for myself. I'm here to go out and share about my experience. So from 8th day, without having any experience, just that experience of happiness, I started sharing about meditation to everybody, whomever I have met. And thanks to my husband, that he has been a constant companion in this, and he's been always supporting me in sharing about meditation to everyone. And that's how my meditation journey had started, friends, and there is no looking back. And what I gained in meditation is practicing more and more meditation and sharing about more and more meditation to everybody I met. I got to know more about myself, because if we don't know about ourselves, how can we serve others? So all these years, all these 10-12 years, I have started doing meditation, practicing meditation and sharing meditation to everybody. And in this journey, when you share to others about meditation, you get to know more about yourself. This we have understood doing this, friends. And the most beautiful thing I've experienced is how my art has been beautified. I can say that the more I meditated, the more I became creative. I became open. Because before practicing meditation, you only work with the logic, only this has to be like this or this has to be like that. But when you practice more and more meditation, you touch the creative side that is inside you. Because the creativity doesn't come from the mind, it is beyond the mind. And when you go to that empty state in meditation, you tap into that creative part of yourself and you express it through art form. And that happened to me. And I have learned how to be patient, and because the artwork I do, it needs a lot of patience, and thanks to meditation again, that it has been helping me how to be patient and how to be calm and how to be in the moment, not to get carried away by the thoughts. So this is what meditation had brought. There are so many things I could share, friends, but in short, I'm happy and I'm content and I'm very peaceful. I have learned so much patience and I'm more and more creative, and I'm here to serve, and I'm here to serve all through my life, not only in this life, in the lives to come. I'm here to serve and share about Anapanasati meditation. And thanks to my master, Guruji, or my father, Patriji, who is the founder of Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement, for being a greatest inspiration in my life. A simple man, and he's teaching us how to be simple and how to be in the now and how to just be yourself. And because of him and because of all the meditators I have met, and because of the meditation, I have opened up and I have become like a flower. So I'm always blossoming. It happened in the year of 2016 that we held a retreat in Egypt. To do any spiritual activity, we need some funds. So we had put a very minimal amount for this retreat to happen, and we have invited everybody, and we thought there will be 100 or 120 participants will come, and our intentions are always to serve. We want to always serve everybody. So money should not be the barrier. This was our thought. And for me and my husband, we think that why we are earning money is for this purpose of sharing this to everybody. Wherever the need is there, wherever the spiritual cause is happening, we need to contribute to that part. And having the same thought, we also conducted this retreat. So if people have no money, let them join. So when we have these thoughts, just 2 days before the event, there was about only 10 or 12 confirmations. We were a little bit sad that, oh, it's only 2 days and all these masters are coming from all over the world, expecting that they will be sharing their wisdom to everybody and everybody will receive their wisdom, and then only 10 or 12 people are coming. So we felt little sad, and then we reminded ourselves of Patriji, our master, sharing about this wonderful concept that if one person comes or no person comes, your job is to share. That's it. Having this in our mind, then immediately we cancel the thought and we again change the thought to a miraculous thought that yes, we are here to open our arms and invite everybody. So from that day we started sharing that everybody should come. If you have any problem with the money, it's okay, you have to just join in. So people have come, friends. There are about 120 people at the end, and we could see that whoever had come to this session, they came to me and they said, Madhu, we don't have money, but we would like to do some service. What can we do for you? Madhu, we don't have money, but I can play guitar. Can I play and sing? So these kind of service that they offered, and it was like a family event happened. And when it comes to the money part, friends, what we did is we had put a registration counter outside this conference hall, and next to that registration counter we put a small box. It's called paid forward box. So the people there, it's spreaded like a fire everywhere that this event is happening. The event name is Awake, and it was happening, and people were coming, and they were just dropping money and they were just registering. So we were not bothered about all these things, but on the second day end, when my friend came and he got the registration box, and he got the registration box, and we counted. Before we were thinking that okay, from our pocket we need to spend 80% of the cost that occur for this event, and then later when we counted the money, it came to 10%, only 10% that we have to contribute for this event. We were so happy, it's not about the money, but it's about how the intentions are pure, that the universe will take care of everything. And the second thing that happened is, my friend again knocked the door. He said, Madhu, you have forgot this paid forward box. And we started counting that money. And when we counted that money, friends, me and my husband, we started crying. It was exactly zero Egyptian pounds that we have spent, no Egyptian pounds that we have spent. Everything was taken care. So this is the power of a thought, a miraculous thought. When you have a miraculous thought and the intentions are pure, and the whole universe will take care of you. The whole universe is there to support you and to provide you and to give all its help. And the second thing is I wanted to share is about this wonderful book that I have read. It's called Anastasia. If you have not read that book, friends, I recommend everybody to read those books. It's a series of 10 books, and in that book, Vladimir Megre, who is the author of that book, meets this wonderful lady called Anastasia in the Siberian forest, and how their communication happened, how their interactions happened, and all these things are put into that book. One of the important things that Anastasia recommends everybody to do is to have their own garden. It's called garden plot. After reading this book, there was this strong urge inside us that we need to have a garden. Because since we are living in Germany, there in Germany, the government will provide garden plots like say 9 cents or like a 350 square meter or even sometimes a little bigger plots are provided by the government with a very little cost per annum. So we applied for that, and usually for that plots there will be a huge waiting list. We have received this garden plot, and where we are planning to do all the things that Anastasia had told everyone in that book. So what she said is, you need to take the seed, whatever you are sowing in the soil, you need to take that seed and you need to put under your mouth, under your tongue, and you have to just stay for some time, and after that you need to take it out and blow it in the air, say it like that, and then you sow it in the ground, because you are giving all the elements to that seed. So when you sow that seed into the soil, whatever the fruit and vegetable that comes to you, it gets, that vegetable or fruit is for you, because it has all the information that is required. It has all the information that is required for you in your system, like wherever there is a healing required, the seed knows everything, because it touched all the elements. It touched the saliva, because the saliva has all the DNA and everything, and you're blowing the air, you are giving that element and you're sowing it. So it has all the information. When you take it, wherever there are areas that needs to be healed, that fruit and vegetable will heal you. Creating the food by our own hands, sowing the seeds and connecting to the Mother Earth, touching the Mother Earth and expressing our gratitude to all the elements, which is very, very important. It always grounds us. So these are the things very important, friends, that if we have these things in our life, then as I told you earlier, life is beautiful. So we don't get caught by these thoughts, not the chain of thoughts, not the routine thoughts. We come out of it and we say, yes, life is here very beautiful. Every moment is a joy. Every second is a miracle. Thank you so much, and namaste to all.